Jeremy Allaire is the co-founder, the chairman, and the CEO of Circle. Join us here for a one-on-one conversation at the New York Stock Exchange for a pretty big day, IPO day. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Talk to me about what this moment means for you, your journey with the company. This is a long-anticipated IPO day here at the NYSE.
Yeah, I mean, look, I founded this company 12 years ago, and we had a clear vision for what a future internet financial system could be. And we had a lot of ideas about the technology and what it could evolve to do. And it's amazing that here today, we're really delivering on that vision. And so this IPO, in many ways, represents sort of the completion of the first part of the journey, which was to realize the dream of building this new layer for how money works on the internet and seeing it grow into a flourishing company and really a platform that thousands and thousands of other people are building on. And I think the other thing is, as someone who's been at this for 12 years, I really think this is the very early days for what this can be. And so, this is a fundamental shift in the architecture of money, in the architecture of the financial system. It makes the symbolism of doing what we're doing here also so powerful. And so it's a really meaningful moment in this history and this journey.
And for people who have such a long-standing relationship with fiat currency, Jeremy, maybe they haven't yet been quite introduced to that new world of possibilities. So when you think about the future for the company, especially now as a publicly traded company, where do you envision this sort of technology is for the next 12 years of your journey?
Yeah, like other major transformations that have happened with the internet, when we thought of communications, we thought of sending a letter or a fax, or we thought of making a long distance phone call. Now we just have video calls and we access all the world's information instantly at no cost, and everything has been transformed by the internet. And so I think the same thing is in front of us with money. We have kind of these existing notions of money that are sort of, you have a bank account, you have wire transfers, you have cards, but I think the transformation in terms of money and its utility and how we'll be able to use that, the way it pervades the planet, the way it's integrated into people's lives, is going to really dramatically change. And so I think 10 years from now, I think that an internet financial system will be at scale, and we'll look back on kind of where we are today, sort of like we look back on the days of snail mail and cable television and so many other things.
Or you sit there and you say, I kind of remember those things from back in the day.
Exactly.
You talk a lot about transparency, and now as a publicly traded company, it's a whole new world of rules for transparency, for government compliance, for filings.
Yeah.
What will that look like, you think? And if that has been such an underwriting part of your thesis for a long time, being transparent, what does that look like now for Circle?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have built our brand and our reputation, and we have built the really powerful partnerships that we have as a firm. And we've built trust with users of our digital dollar, with developers that build on it, all on the basis of being a trusted, transparent, compliant, well-governed company. That is who we are. And I think taking this step into being an SEC-regulated firm under the governance structures of the New York Stock Exchange, it enhances those attributes. It gives us further trust, transparency, good governance, and accountability. And we think as this technology goes into mainstream scaling, it's exactly the right time for us to take on that next layer of transparency as a firm.
You've been the sole issuer of the very popular USDC stablecoin. How do you envision stablecoins being more and more a part of our daily lives?
I mean, my view is that stablecoin money will become the highest utility, highest velocity, most adopted form of electronic money in the world. That it will grow, many people estimate it will grow into trillions of stablecoins in circulation. And I think just like the web as an information utility or these messaging apps for communications, stablecoin money and stablecoin money utility has the potential to really be that kind of internet scale phenomenon and just a part of how everyone transacts and connects and exchanges value all around the world.
And finally, Jeremy, what do you hope that this relationship now as a publicly traded company, the relationship between Circle and the New York Stock Exchange, means for the company now that maybe you didn't have at your disposal previously?
I mean, look, I think we think about the technology we've built as a technology that ultimately can transform the very heart of the way capital markets function. 24/7, 365, continuously settled money that can be programmed and automated in completely new ways. The unlocks for that in terms of innovation in capital market structures and capital market exchanges is tremendous. And so from our perspective, we see a tremendous opportunity to work with exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange, to work with traditional market infrastructure players as they all upgrade into this new on-chain economy.
Jeremy, congratulations on a huge momentous day, both for yourselves, your team, the entire Circle community. Thanks a lot for taking the time to sit down with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.